Hey guys, what's going on? It's Eli back with another review video, and yes, continuing on in the MCU and with all, reviewing the Marvel films. Excuse me, Marvel films. Okay, anyways, so, that's right. After Avengers, the first Avengers film, a year later after that, we would continue with, the characters' stories, and of course, the third and unfortunately last film for this character, Tony Stark slash Iron Man in Iron Man 3. Yes. And I thought for sure that maybe I would have Little Blue joining me reviewing this, but that's okay. I mean, I'll just do it myself. And besides, he's got a busy life, so anyways, Iron Man 3, boy, because if Little Blue was here, if he joined me reviewing this, he would definitely say this. He wasn't really sure about Iron Man 3 for a while. Maybe a couple years after seeing it, I don't know. But I guess as of now, he started to appreciate it again, some more. Started to really like this, I guess. I thought Iron Man 3 was good. Because, for one thing, because I think, this is the aftermath, of course. Not the aftermath, but this, of course, takes place after Avengers, and, of course, with the return, of course, Robert Downey Jr., Gwyneth Paltrow as Pepper Potts, Jon Favreau as Happy Hogan. And I also read this, that Jon Favreau, because, well, we know that he directed the first two Iron Man films, but he did not direct the third film, because there were some troubles that he had with Iron Man 2 that he just backed down, directing Iron Man 3, only being in it, say, as Happy, so, maybe he was, I guess, if I recall, he was producer. I don't see why not. Well, heck, him being producer on so many things, he was producer on the last two Avengers films we got, so, and so, of course, and with, new additional characters, oh yes, of course, Paul Bettany, once again, voicing Jarvis, him, and we also get a flashback in the beginning, apparently, because it's in 1999, December 31st, 1999, and when, 2000 hits, Happy New Year, new characters, Guy Pearce as, Aldrich Killian, who is kind of a geek in 1999 because of how he looks. He's like a geek, and he's a big fan of Tony, and he wanted to talk to him about something up at the rooftop as Tony suggested. But Tony never showed up, and and we see an ex-girlfriend of Tony's, played by Rebecca Hall. She's Maya Hansen. And at one point, because I think, Tony, he left Maya at some point. Also, the vice president that's in this, it's, the late, Midgel Ferrer, if I'm saying his full name right. I remember him best, say, being the voice of, Shang Yu? Is that the villain's name? In Mulan, that guy. So he was the voice of him in Mulan. He was the voice of the villain in Mulan, so, and also, I kind of didn't know this until as of now, because she's become a big star as of now. The vice president's daughter, played by Jenna Ortega, and who is soon to be Wednesday Addams, on Netflix. That'll be pretty cool. Anyways, and, because as of now, because I believe, because the film's setting is in 2013, and apparently this, one of the villains, Mandarin, played by the great legendary actor Ben Kingsley. He's such a great actor, and he was good in this, because there's the TV's, getting hacked, I guess you could say, and it's, interrupting, the broadcast, and, it's, of course, Mandarin, and threatening, blah, 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 and, even, say, people after Tony, and, of course, being Aldrich Killian, which we kind of don't find out until later on, but, yeah, and you know what? Because here's another thing. Well, do I want to go and say it now? Well, no. Well, at one point, the house that Tony lives in, it gets bombed by these helicopters, and with Maya being there, returning after all these years. And I think, if I recall, like, Maya, she was kind of in on it, but then she redeemed herself, I want to say. Also, a new character that comes in, and who helps Tony. Harley, played by Ty Simpkins, who would go on to be 2 years later in Jurassic World. Yes, and he was in a couple of films, like in this series of films with Kate Winslet. I can't remember the name of those, but, and so, Harley, I guess, yeah, he's a fan of Tony's, and he does help Tony along the way while, because Tony, he's in the same, like, place, the, like, state, whatever, where Harley lives, and it's winter time. I think at one point, yeah, like, Tony loses contact with Jarvis, and Stanley's cameo, because there's this, like, pageant championship, whatever, and Stanley being one of the judges, yeah, Stanley just, his cameos are great, every time, so, and some of the other characters, like, oh, yeah, because, one of the villains, and who's working alongside with Aldrich, Brand, am I saying that name right? Played by Stephanie Sotak? I don't know. I apologize. Fan Bing, who's Wu, like, she's in this. She's the same person, like, the same actress who we see in Avengers Age of Ultron, correct? Well, until I review Age of Ultron, and when I look it up, so, I double check. But anyways, and the president of this movie, oh yeah, because the president is played by William Sadler, who's President Ellis. I think I'm saying that right. We of course find out because Aldrich is, like, the main villain of this, and Mandarin is an actor. He wasn't really evil or anything like that, and Mandarin is like this funny and nice guy, and he still gets arrested. I like how, he gets, like, the character of Mandarin, he gets a short film of his, like, when I get to reviewing those, so, they are on Disney Plus as of now, so Marvel One Shot, I think that's what they're called, yeah. So when I get to reviewing those, I am going to review those at some point. And so, yeah, even, like, say, oh, did I forget to mention, Rhodey, who, of course, we get the return of Rhodey, Don Cheadle, because he's, him as the War Machine, and he gets a new, War Machine suit. It's all American themed, like, almost Captain America themed. I almost said Captain Marvel. And I do remember, like, one scene I remember is, Tony, / Iron Man saving people in an airplane, and, he tells them, like, remember the, like, barrel of monkeys, and they're, like, they're grabbing hands, like, barrel of monkeys, And here's another thing, because I'll go ahead and talk about it. Aldrich, the thing with Aldrich and Tony, it's very similar to The Incredibles. If you think about it, Syndrome was a huge fan of Mr. Incredibles. But then, when Mr. Incredible gave him a hard time, blah, 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 years later, like, Syndrome, he became evil and now hated who he was a fan of, And it's just like this. Even if you guys know that the web series How It Should Have Ended, they established it too. Because... man, just talk about a coincidence. But oh well. And yeah, at one point, yeah, Maya Hansen does get killed by Aldrich, as I recall, like, she redeemed herself. So, and even, say, Pepper Potts, she becomes super powerful, like what Aldrich had, and as I recall, she does kill Aldrich. And even, like, say, Happy, I forgot to mention, Happy Hogan at one point at the Chinese theater got injured, after an explosion went off, and when two of Aldrich's henchmen were there. were there. But overall, like, the movie does, of course, have a happy ending, like Tony giving a speech. We see that Harley gets some equipment and such that Tony sent down to him at his place. And, Tony, like, at his house that was destroyed, one last stop there, and the last lines that Tony gives, "I am Iron Man." And, oh yeah, I think the first, the mid-credit scene, it is Mandarin we see, in prison. And then the final, and then the end credit scene after the credits is Tony, like, talking to Bruce Banner, like Bruce Banner is Tony's therapist, because Yeah, and I think as Bruce Banner establishes, he's not that kind of doctor. So it was funny. I do remember when my parents and we saw this in theaters, we did laugh at that. So, it was funny. So yeah, it was good seeing Mark Ruffalo like making a cameo a year after he started in the MCU in of course the Avengers. But with all that being said, Iron Man 3, I thought it was okay. I thought it was actually pretty good. For it being, unfortunately, sadly, yes, the third and final Iron Man film, as, it is a shame, but you know what, because all three Iron Man films, they were good, the Iron Man trilogy, and when Tony Stark / Iron Man would continue appearing, in, say, Avengers, and even, say, Civil War, and Spider-Man Homecoming. But anyway, so, with all that being said, how do I rate Iron Man 3? Good question. Boy, I'll give it, I'll give it a 7 out of 10. Why not? 7 out of 10 stars for Iron Man 3. Which, that's still good. 7 out of 10 stars. And you guys let me know what you think of Iron Man 3, what you thought of my review. Leave comments and give this review a like as always. So again, 7 out of 10 stars for, no, wait a minute. Got confused. 7 out of 10 stars for, oh my gosh, the fingers, they're getting to me. 7 out of 10 stars for Iron Man 3. I hope you guys enjoyed my review of Iron Man 3. More reviews coming your way. They're gonna be awesome. Keep looking forward, and I'll see you guys in the next video / review. And stay tuned later tonight, where one of my friends will be joining me once again reviewing the new recent Pixar film that came out, which you probably know which one it is. So stay tuned for that later tonight. Take care, and peace out.